favorite ones. I keep a wall in one of my libraries. I've got some on some other walls, but I just keep my top quotes here. I get them printed up. And I don't know, probably like 15. I started collecting quotes. I collected them. I got a box where I used to collect them, literally in old 3x5 little note cards. And I still have them. It's cool. I have a little filing system. I thought I'd share a few with you that have made it to my kind of top list here. One of them it's from a movie. If you saw that movie with Liam Neeson, Into the Fray. Once more into the fray, into the last fight, the last good fight I'll ever know. Live and die on this day. Live and die on this day. It's all about courage. You know, that's how I take that. Life is the fray. It's the grind. And if you could take that attitude of once more into the fray, every day you wake up, it's a new day into the fray. I have this one by T.S. Eliot on knowledge. You can get these made up too, you know, like online you can get little plaques made of your favorite quotes. I recommend you do them and look at them every once in a while. All our knowledge brings us nearer to our ignorance. All our ignorance brings us nearer to death. And he says, where's the wisdom we have lost in knowledge? Where's the knowledge we have lost in information? The cycles of heaven in 20 centuries brings us no further from God and nearer to the dust. Thought that was interesting. My chief Tecumseh one, you've probably heard me quote often, so live your life that the fear of death never enters into your heart. Now this one, if you don't know this one, Rudyard Kipling, If. I don't know if that may be, If, might be the best poem I've ever read. It says, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or be lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. He goes through this whole thing. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch. He says, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man. So, you know, this is all about the ironies, the juxtapositions of life. You know, there's a time to be courageous, there's a time to be humble, and there's a time to walk with kings. There's a time to make one heap of all your winnings, he says. That's like when you put in the big risk, you bet everything on one big play. If you can meet with probably my favorite line, if you can meet with triumph and disaster, but treat those two imposters both the same. You know, and in my life, you get some wins, you get some loses. I'm sure you can appreciate that dynamic that he's talking about. And he's saying, but treat them both as fake. You know, triumphs come and triumphs go. You make money, you get the big deal, you get a new job, get excited, you know, reward yourself. But he's saying it's an imposter, because around the corner comes disaster. But then don't freak out too much in disaster, because around the corner from disaster comes another sunny day. So it's that imposter, you know. And then I keep this one by Alexander Pope, an essay on criticism. A little learning is a dangerous thing. Drink deep or taste not the Pierian spring. Their shallow draughts intoxicate the brain, and drinking largely sobers us again. He's basically saying the worst people you can ever meet are what they call dilettantes, people who know a little bit about a lot, but not enough to actually be interesting. He says, drink deeply. Either know what you're talking about, or don't talk about it, or listen, you know? And this is the one by Genghis Khan. It's not the nicest quote, a little controversial one. I like to shake things up a little bit. The greatest happiness is to scatter your enemy, to drive him before you. And it goes on to all kinds of other explicit things, which I don't know if I'll read. But the point is, you don't have to take that as a conqueror of other humans. The greatest happiness is to scatter your enemies. And your enemies are mostly in our own head. To drive your bad thoughts, your stupid thoughts, your illogical thoughts, your cognitive biases, to see, he says, their cities reduced to ashes. So whatever obstacle it might be, stupid people, fate, Mother Nature, death and dissolution of the body, aging, all those things that haunt most humans, Genghis Khan was a conqueror, maybe the greatest conqueror. You must conquer and attack your fears. So anyway, I have more of these. Let me grab one of these note cards here. You can see here. I'll grab a random one. An Egyptian tombstone. A man's virtue is his monument, but forgotten is the man of evil repute. I don't know why I collected that one. I got boxes of these. Some of them are long. That one's like a note card full. My bad handwriting. Anyway, so what is your favorite set of quotes or favorite quote? What quote changed your life? What quote saved your life? I've got different ones. You know, I should have a wall with 1,000 of these. I haven't had time to get them all turned into little plaques here, but share with me what's the quote that was a hinging, turning point, crossroads event in your life. I'd love to hear. And it's always, like I said, quotes. I don't know what it is about them. I think they're quick, they're catchy. You can kind of memorize them. They get to the point, and so I'm always in search. Let me know what your favorite one is.